As human beings, when we experience life challenges and difficult or traumatic situations, it upsets our physical and emotional and spiritual stamina. And sadly, we need that stamina to think and cope and connect and feel and belong with ourselves and with others. And therefore, we struggle like a rolling stone that has lost its momentum. And today, I want to share a few strategies that we can use to recognize when we are rolling, and most importantly, to start to do something differently about that destabilization. Coming up after the intro. Let's talk about the common expression rolling stone. When we experience really difficult and traumatic experiences, they push us out of our coping mechanisms. We start to roll downhill, rolling in terms of the panic that we go into, the fight or flee mood and mentality that our minds go into, the anxiety, and our desire to do things quickly so that they can stop that massive impending doom that has been revealed or that we are feeling. The problem is that when we're rolling downhill in that emotional roller coaster, we lose momentum, we lose stability, we lose rational thought, we lose connection with our skills and with our solution toolkit. And in that panic and desire to do things quickly, we often do things worse and end up expanding that risk and that crisis that we initially felt. Difficult and traumatic experiences set the blood within us boiling and raising. And when your heart is raising and your mind is raising and your blood is pumping, everything that initially stays calm and stays connected and stays practical in you goes out the window. Your decision making is compromised because of the speed, because of the fear, because of the anxiety, and that desire to find quick solutions, to get to quick destinations. You forget about your skills, you forget about rational thinking, and everything else that on hindsight could have been done differently had you not been dealing with that massive trauma that quite rightly has upset your stamina, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual stamina, the belief in you and your skills and your capabilities, the thought of who can help or what is best for this moment. All of those things go out of the window. And you find yourself in an out of body experience, kind of going with that flow that sometimes when you stop and think, quite shock you in terms of the decisions that you made in those spur of the moments and those scary and anxious moments. This brings me to the discussion of the day, which is meditation. All this introduction, the trauma, the heartbreak, the grief, the fear, anything that puts you into a spiral, the first thing that you can do to start to resolve that thing is first of all to regain control. That rolling coaster of emotions and fear and panic and pain needs to come to a halt so that you can recollect, reconnect, rebuild, replan, and then start off with clarity and purpose. And meditation is one of those things that we've heard so often about, but really don't understand why it's effective and how we can connect and use it to come out of such situations. One of the most basic and simplistic aspects of meditation is breathing. And after the intro that I've given you, you can understand why breathing is so effective. Because it brings you down. When we are panicking and scared and rushing, we think that it's the quickness that gets solutions, but actually it's the rationality of things that gets solutions. Breathing makes you stop the panic, stop the rolling, stop every inaccurate and unuseful action that you're taking. Just stop. Stop for a minute by that breathing. Come back to yourself. When you breathe, you come back into alignment with your mind and your soul and your heart and your body, and most importantly, your skills. Breathing helps you to come back into that silent space of meditation. And within that peace, you're able to find the true cause of whatever it is that you're running from. Because generally, when we run, we also run from the solution. When you come back to you, that author, that driver, that runner, your skills will be elevated. Your weaknesses will be elevated. And that is a good thing. Because then you can understand that I'm dwelling with the person or the thing or the emotion that pushed me and started this roller coaster. But actually, I need to be dwelling on me. I'm the one now in this situation. What do I need to do? What is the first step that I need to do to stop myself, to feed my soul, to heal myself, to empower myself, so that I can then look at this thing with a big empowered mindset? We can realize that when we fall asleep at night, a lot of things start flooding into our minds. Because when you find that peace at night, away from chaos, away from running, away from all the noise and distraction of your active life, your brain is rested and things start to manifest in your subconscious mind because of that peace that you find in sleep. When your sleep is layered by scary thoughts, when it's layered by issue after issue and dream and nightmares and anxiety, then it means that you have to listen to those things that are coming to your forefront and do something about it. Because that's the only quiet moment that brain, that life, that mind has had to talk to you about those worries or those joys, those reminders of those dreams and those mistakes and those things that you continue to ignore. So meditation is your intentional action to find that space and to find that peace and to seek that reflection on your own time, in your own space, so that they don't find the gaps to crawl out into your sleep. So that you can figure out the source, the impact, and what you can do about it at a moment when you're in control of that situation. Because otherwise you go to sleep and your mind finds that quiet space for the first time, and those things start crawling up in your sleep. Those nibbly quiet reminders of the things that you haven't yet done on your to-do list, the mistakes that you keep doing and promising yourself that you will deal with, the relative that you had to speak to but haven't yet taken the time to, and on and on and on about those things that are subconsciously bothering you but haven't been dealt with at a conscious level. That is the significance of meditation in your journey of healing, in your journey of growth and overcoming. You taking control, finding the time, finding that quiet moment to speak silently or aloud to yourself, to your mind, to proclaim things that you haven't yet dealt with, that you haven't yet figured out, so that you can start to do something about it. And breathing is one of those strategies of meditation that helps you calm into you, helps you calm down from that high level, high functioning, hyper anxiety, or whatever it is that you are dealing with that has destabilized you. So today is just a simple one-step method. Meditation is a vast topic. Healing is a vast topic. But just so we can start to recognize that we hear a lot about this thing, but we don't really recognize what it means to us or how we can tap into it and start to use it effectively to elevate ourselves, to heal ourselves, and to transform our lives from one place to the other. Everybody has this skill. Everybody knows themselves if we give that reflection time and listen in that quiet space. Do something with a calm, rational mind without letting everything push us out of our body. Those out of body roller stone experiences that sometimes take us unawares, that sometimes become the story that we tell away from the actual reality of who we are, what we are facing, and who we can become.